Welcome back. Did you hear about this? Democrats are in total uproar, having a major panic because the United States took out a drug boat in the Pacific Ocean that was carrying illegal drugs headed for the United States. I know it's crazy how they would be opposed to this, but let me help paint the picture. So you see up on the screen, this is one of these alleged drug boats. The United States has done many strikes on these boats that are carrying highly illegal drugs. They're narco-terrorists bringing these illegal drugs into our country. They get on our streets. They end up killing people. You understand what's happening. But Democrats are really upset because the president, along with the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and others, have said that all hell is going to rain down upon people who are bringing drugs into our country. But in this case, they took out the boat and there were some survivors, so they then got rid of the survivors. And I'm going to help you understand why that's a problem. But first, I want to show you this video up on the screen. So this is the boat in this case. Of course, there's been many of these, but it's filled with drugs and they're moseying along coming to the United States to deliver their drugs. And so this is one of those operations where of course, you're watching as a military member, you see them, you got sights, and there they go, boom, and of course the boat is then disabled, the drugs go up in flames, the whole thing is just like an inferno, and it becomes this big ordeal. Well, that is a problem because Democrats think that well, first of all, they don't like the strikes at all, but they think after one strike you should be done with. But in this case, after the first strike, there were allegedly 2 survivors who were hanging on to the overturned boat that now has a hole in it, obviously, and is on fire. And the United States took out those 2 survivors, and they did another strike a little bit later on. And the argument from the Democrats is that it violates some war laws. And that may be true, according to the standard that is set, but who really gives a crap? These people are bringing illegal drugs into our country that kill people, and yet Democrats are doing everything they can to be opposed to this operation. And so I want you to listen to what some Democrats are saying about this. One said, he doesn't know what they're carrying. Maybe it's suitcases. I'm so sure it's suitcases. Take a listen.
There's no public information that these boats are in fact carrying drugs.
Oh, right.
You can see some packages in the boat, some I don't know, maybe they're suitcases for all we know.
Yeah, I'm so sure that they're suitcases they're carrying over here. That's absolutely ridiculous. It gets better though. One on Jen Psaki's show said that these
I live in a political world, and a lot of folks, if you just tell them, the president is killing narco-terrorists in the Caribbean, reasonably enough, they'll say, a lot of Americans die because of overdoses, and, they might say, okay, I'm supportive of that, right? But what you need to do is you need to see 2 terrified men clinging to the wreckage of a ship, and these men are not. This is not Pablo Escobar out there on a boat.
And who cares? So what? They're doing illegal things. Why do we have sympathy for these people? That's what gets me. Why do people like this guy go on MS Now, because it's not MSDNC anymore, it's MS Now, and defend these illegal drug carrying terrorists? It makes absolutely no sense. And then you have Maxine Waters, everybody's favorite member, right?
These are guys.
Maxine Waters saying Trump is a killer.
The President of the United States is a killer. I am outraged at the way that on his own, without any consultation, he doesn't know whom they are, whether they're innocent or whether they're guilty. He should follow the laws. The laws does not.
First of all, Maxine Waters doesn't even know where she is. I mean, how old is this woman, and she's still in our Congress?
That he wants to kill.
So this goes on and on. These are just a few clips that I hand selected, but Democrats, again, having a total meltdown, defending narco-terrorism, and they claim, oh, there's no such thing as narco-terrorism. This is not anything horrible. Maybe they had suitcases. Wrong. And Joe Biden, many, many years ago, if you go back 20, 30 years, he talks about this same thing and how we have to wipe them out. Who wouldn't want to wipe out people doing this? And who cares if there are 2 survivors? survivors clinging to life on a boat. Where the hell are they going to go? They're out in the middle of the ocean. Do we want to not strike them a second time and let them just swim around until they run out of energy? That's going to be an even more gruesome death because they're going to be exhausted and then drown. So I don't know what they want you to do other than just simply allow it and not give a crap that it's happening. But this is the state of the Democrat Party as we stand right here at the end of the year in 2025, defending illegal drug carrying smugglers on boats in the ocean who are doing harm to our country. So it's just absolutely abhorrent. There's going to be more taking place on this because the allegation is that there was a violation of war law, and it may hold up. I've looked into it. I mean, perhaps it is, depending on the circumstances. There's going to be more hearings. People have to testify about this. I'm not sure what the consequence would be. My whole point is, who cares, right? I mean, these are bad people. Who gives a rip what happens to them? But everyone doesn't feel the same way, I guess, and I guess that's what we're going to see play out in the next few weeks. But it's going to continue to go down, and I'll keep you posted on everything that happens. Stay tuned right here for the very latest. Appreciate you tuning in.